Hi everyone, Janie here. Welcome back to my garden. Yes, it feels so good to say that. Welcome back to my garden. I was on a trip to England for the past little over a week with Haddon Stone and with Michael Glassman, and it was the trip of a lifetime. I had so much fun. I was smiling from ear to ear. Even when I got home and crashed in bed for 3 days due to jet lag, I was still smiling and dreaming about all the beautiful gardens. It was amazing. And I have to say a huge thank you to all of you and your fabulous, fabulous comments. You never know when you post something on YouTube if people are going to like it, if you guys are going to like seeing other gardens that aren't my garden. And I just have to say, you all are just like me. You like all the beautiful gardens. You like going and seeing what else is out there. And I just absolutely love that. So a huge thank you. We're all a bunch of plant nerds. Cheers to that. So anyway, I am now finally back in my garden and I am so happy to be here, especially because we have been unseasonably warm this spring. Absolutely unseasonably warm. It's been in the high 80s, which is absolutely crazy for this time of year. And everything is going nuts. Look at this super beautiful pink cashmere. It is absolutely nuts. Everything's blooming. The orange blossoms are going crazy. It's very bright. I need my sunglasses or a hat. But everything is just looking absolutely incredible. So we are kicking off spring right now. It is go time. It's a very exciting day. And actually something already happened this morning, which was really fun. So I'm a master gardener in my county, and part of being a master gardener is you get to be on these mailing lists where all the gardeners will communicate with each other, and other people in the community can communicate with master gardeners. And it's really great. It's a really great resource. And I got an email yesterday from a beekeeper who rescues bee swarms. She is moving in June and she needed a place to store some of her beehives for the next couple months. And she needed kind of a big garden with lots of blooms and all that kind of stuff. And I immediately wrote her back and said, yes, please. Because the deal is I don't have to do anything. I have always wanted to raise bees. I've always wanted to have bees here on my garden for the pollination. I just think it would be so fun. But I have to say, I am incredibly intimidated by it. I have no idea what to do. I don't want to mess them up. I don't want to kill the bees, basically. So it was a great opportunity to have these beehives here. And her partner came this morning to drop them off. And it was so fun because she basically told me where she rescued these beehives from. There's two of them, two swarms. And so basically this one came from a tree in the backyard of someone's house. Basically, so I always thought swarms were a bad thing when bees would swarm somewhere, but she said they're not. She said it's a natural process that happens when the weather heats up. There's so much nectar, there's so much pollen, the bees reproduce, and basically things get crowded. And so the hive, to save itself, basically breaks off. They make a new queen. The old queen goes with the swarm and the new queen stays within the old home. And so this is a totally, totally normal thing. And it's just a matter of finding a good spot for the new hive, right? The new swarm. And so she rescues these swarms. This one was from a tree in a backyard, and this one was from UC Davis, the college by us. They found this in a spirea bush or something like that. So they needed a place to store their bees until they move in June to a bigger property away from here. They're moving to like 4 acres or something. And I just think it's a wonderful opportunity, not only to have these guys pollinate my flowers, which is so fun, but also to learn from this. So I'm really excited about it. I don't have to do anything, completely hands off, but I get to have bees this spring, which I just think is so great. Monty is terrified. Look, he is terrified. Oh, poor buddy. Why don't you go walk away? He's so scared. It's okay. They're fine. You just stay away from them. So anyway, the new bees came this morning at about 7 a.m. They had to transport them when it was still cool out because bees are more active when it's warmer and then they kind of slow down when it's cooler. So to make sure most of the hive stays together, they had to transport them just as the sun came up. I'm just noticing my pride of Madeira is blooming. Look at how good this looks. So this is an echium. If you guys aren't familiar with it, if you live in Southern California, or even the Bay Area of California, you've probably seen this plant. Isn't this amazing? I am so happy with this. This is just so gorgeous. This is a biannual. So this has taken 2 years to start blooming, and then it's going to finish its life cycle. So this is just great. So bees came at 7, then at 10:30, very exciting thing you probably saw from the thumbnail or the title of this video. If you all are new to my channel, I work for a company called Proven Winners. If you don't know Proven Winners, best plants, hands down, period. They're amazing. And I get the opportunity to plant Proven Winners plants in my Zone 9B California garden to try them out and see how they do. I know, I am so spoiled. I am so lucky. I like, what a great job, right? And so every year I get a shipment of annuals, perennials, and shrubs. And today is my annual shipment. And since I live in California, a lot of Proven Winners are grown in the Midwest, right? And so the Midwest will grow a lot of plants, but they're starting to grow more on the West Coast in California. And Premier Color Nursery, I went and visited them last year. They did such a fabulous job growing annuals last year. I know that they're going to like double the amount that they're growing. So those of you who live in California, you're going to see way more Proven Winners in the stores this year, which is great. But they do such a good job growing annuals. I don't know. They're based out of Fallbrook, San Diego area, basically San Diego area, and they grow all their plants outside. And so I think it's just the weather of San Diego. I don't know what they do, but they do something to make these plants absolutely beautiful. When they came last year, I was just in awe of how gorgeous they were. Even Jason was in awe. So it is very exciting to get them in. And then that means I get to start planting. So that they're coming anywhere between 10:30 and 11:30. That's my delivery window. And then I know it's a crazy day. Then the girls are actually on spring break this week, which is great because I came home and I get a whole week to hang out with them. And they asked if they could be my assistants, which I said, of course. And so we're going to try, if we have time, we're going to try and plant up the Zig Zag planter. So we'll see if we get that done today. So all very exciting. Such a great first day back in the garden. Happy spring to everybody. And now I just have to wait for my annuals to come. Okay, it is 10:30. Actually, it's like 10:45 now, I think, at this point. So we are sitting on the gazebo waiting for the truck to show up. We have Shae, my assistant today, or my assistants. Show off your shirt. Very cute. Love it. And then we have Sadie.
Hi.
How's your hand or your wrist?
Better.
Better now?
Yeah.
You had quite an ordeal the past couple weeks, huh?
Mm-hmm.
But all your friends signed it, which is nice. And then you're not going to be doing much planting today.
Yeah.
But what are you going to do instead?
Cameraman.
She's the cameraman today. So the girls are on spring break, so we're giving them something to do that's not sitting in front of the TV. And we will wait for the truck. Waiting patiently for the flowers to show up. I can't get anything done on spring break. Any kid vacation. It's not happening. The plants are here. Oh, this is so exciting. Everyone remember Vince? Vince was here last year. Nobody's gonna forget Vince. Vince, you forgot the flowers.
Oh, there.
Oh. What? You gotta drive back down to San Diego. There's the first rack of the season. Look how good those look. Look how good those look. Ooh, very nice. Very nice. Oh, wow, this is a lot.
Yes.
Let's just start putting them on the ground. The girls are on spring break today.
Oh yeah.
This week.
Yes.
This whole week.
Whole week.
So I'm putting them to work.
That's good.
Okay, Salvador and Vince are on their way. I've got to show you guys these plants. They look so good. Vince was telling me that it's been like 90 degrees in San Diego. So these guys are so full and so ready to be planted out. I am very excited. I think it's hilarious because I have my plant tables. I got 3 plant tables and I thought, oh yeah, that'll be enough to fit all the plants, right? No. The plant tables are all full. There are plants underneath, And then we, of course, had to extend it out this way. Now we're going to be doing a lot of planting. Shae and I are going to be planting up the Zig Zag planter in just a little bit. So that's going to take away probably 2 or 3 flats immediately. So I'm going to get a lot of these in the ground as fast as possible. But I cannot stop looking at this. Is this the new Cool Jazz? Ooh, yes it is. So this is the new Supertunia Vista Cool Jazz. I got this to go in my trial garden bed because I wanted to see if I like the color, because it's always kind of hard to look at the color online if you haven't seen it in person. Hopefully it comes across a little bit better on video like this. This is a beautiful color, Cool Jazz. It's like kind of like a lavender, I would say. It's like a pinkish lavender. Gorgeous. These are lovey-doveys. I have some plans for these. These I am planting up today. These are the saffron finch. Look at these. These are going in the Zig Zag planter. Truffula pink gomphrena right here. More truffula pink scaevola. This is the Star Diva scaevola. You can tell because the petals are all the way around the center as opposed to just being on one side, kind of like this. It's fan flower, but this is a different variety. Oh my gosh. Coconut appeal. These are the ones that are going to go on the trellises in my back garden where my sweet peas are growing, and my sweet peas haven't even started blooming yet. So these are going to have to wait for a little while, but that's okay. Look at these. Oh, I have never grown these. These are the A Romance mulberry, and they're supposed to smell, and they do. Holy cow, those smell so good. I don't even remember where I'm putting these, but I'm gonna put them somewhere. Here are, I wanted to try some more Calibrachoa this year. I especially want to try Calibrachoa or Super Bells in the ground, which I have to say is not recommended by proven winners. They say Calibrachoa or Super Bells don't do as well in the ground as they do in containers. However, I have planted them in the ground before and they have done well for me, and we are surprisingly dry compared to the rest of the country. So I'm going to play around with these and I'm going to see how they do, but these are the new ones. These are the grapefruit, is that what the name? Super Bells Magic Double Grapefruit. Aren't those gorgeous? So pretty. Then we've got some Angelonia over here already blooming. How are you already blooming? Well, I know how from San Diego being all warm. And then look at this guy. This is the Cleome or Cleome, Senorita Rosalita Cleome. Isn't that beautiful? This is the annual of the year, or landscape annual of the year. I think it's the landscape annual of the year. They are beautiful. I've actually never grown these before, so I'm excited to try them. Here's the Albrido. I have been trying to get my hands on this variety of coleus for so long. I saw Laura grow these on Garden Answer in a pot, and I just thought it was so beautiful. So I'm excited to try these. I think these are going in my secret garden, and then these are definitely going in my secret garden. These are the Surefire White. Gorgeous, just the best. Look at this. So this is another new one. This is called Southern Blaze Bright Pink, and it's a phlox that's supposed to handle the heat a little bit better. So I'm interested to see how it does, but I am obsessed with this color. Look at how pretty that is. And then here's these guys, Supertunia Mini Vista Pink Cloud. Look at how tiny these little blooms are. Look at how tiny that is. Isn't that gorgeous? Ah. This is the best day of the year. And these, look how good these look. I don't even remember what I was doing with these. Supertunia Vista Fuchsia. Oh, I remember. Yes, I remember what I'm doing with these. So it's actually lunchtime, so I'm gonna go inside with the girls. We're gonna have a bit of a lunch, and then we are gonna go out and we are gonna plant up the Zig Zag planter. This is what we do. Okay, I need one more flat. See the saffron finch?
Yeah.
I need that flat. Put it in here.
It's the yellow one, right?
Yeah, the yellow Supertunia. There, here's Miss.
Yeah, missed it. Wait, is it red?
Yeah. Okay, it is the most fun day of the year. It is Zig Zag planting day. It's Zig Zag planting day, and it's front swoop. When we were at our last house, front swoop planting day was a fun day as well. Just because this is like the front of the house, this is what we see. When I have to preface, we moved in and we inherited the Zig Zag planter. Yes, it's not the prettiest thing. Yes, it's coming out eventually one of these days, hopefully next year. But while I still have it, I want to plant it up. And I do have to say, once it gets all filled with blooms, you really can't even see the zigzagness of it. And I know some people love the Zig Zag planter, some people hate it. I'm kind of neutral about it. Like, it's kind of growing on me, but I definitely want something else. But like I said, for now, we will appreciate what we have. So it's really fun to kind of plan, to have an area in your garden that you can plan for annuals. And then each year you can kind of change your annual combinations up. And so last year I had Tiara Pink. What did I have the year before Tiara Pink? Do you guys remember? Pink Cashmere. That plant right there. The first year I had Pink Cashmere. That was absolutely gorgeous. The second year I had Super Tunia Tiara Pink. Oh, even better. I don't know. They were both absolutely amazing. And this year I am going with yellows and purples. Now I do have to say one of the plants in my combination is not here yet. So what happens is growers will grow their plants, but there are some plants that are ready early on in the season and some plants that need a little bit more time to grow. And Diamond Frost Euphorbia is one that needs a little bit more time to grow. So Premier Color Nursery is doing a second smallish delivery for me with all my warm season plants, including Diamond Frost Euphorbia. So that is coming, but with the Diamond Frost Euphorbia, I have Saffron Finch Supertunia, which is beautiful. I actually planted this one in my front swoop one year and it was absolutely gorgeous. It is a really pretty color. It's brighter than the Supertunia Limoncello, but with the heat that we have here, it will kind of fade to a creamy yellow. It is just a really pretty plant and it's extremely vigorous. So I always kind of say this to you guys. There are different types of Supertunias. There are Supertunia Mini Vistas, there are the regular Supertunias, and then there are the Supertunia Vistas. And the Supertunia Vistas are the most vigorous, and what makes them Vistas is they will branch on top of each other. This one, Saffron Finch, doesn't do that climbing nature, so it's not technically a Vista, but it is still very vigorous. So I'm excited to see how it does in the Zig Zag planter this year. Then, to go with that, I have Sparkling Amethyst Superbina, a beautiful plant, gorgeous. This one and the Pink Cashmere over there, those are probably my two. No, because the Superbina Raspberry is one of my favorites too. And then they're all my favorites. All the Superbinas are my favorites. It's hard to pick a favorite one, but this one's really beautiful. Here's a picture of it, of what it looks like. It's Sparkling Amethyst, really beautiful, and I thought this would look so gorgeous with the yellow, right? So we're doing yellow and purple, and then the sparkliness of the Diamond Frost Euphorbia. Then I still have the totem pole grasses in here, which I think is going to be a showstopper. I planted these last year. They were nice. They were pretty. They were good. But this year they are growing. They are intense. They are full. They're probably going to get up to 6 feet tall. They have this beautiful blue foliage that I think is going to be really pretty with the purple and yellow. And I just think it's going to be gorgeous. And then I did leave these heliotrope. These are the Fragrant Delight heliotrope. I did overwinter these, and you can see they did come back for me. So those are looking pretty good. That's kind of a throwaway. I probably could put something else better in, but I just love heliotrope right here because it smells so good in the morning when I come out with my cup of coffee and I smell heliotrope as soon as the sun hits it. It's just one of my absolute favorite things. So we've got the Saffron Finch Supertunias and the Sparkling Amethyst Superbinas all laid out. I think it's going to look good. Now for planting, we are going to use the continuous release plant food. And for those of us who live in hot climates, this is really important because this is heat activated. So when it gets hot, it's going to start releasing the fertilizer that these plants need to continue blooming all season long. So if you think about it, the hotter it is, the more we water and the more nutrients are being drained out of the soil. And that is when these guys need the most nutrients. So this is just giving it a little bit of insurance. I'm still going to be fertilizing with the water-soluble fertilizer, but this just gives it a little bit of insurance between fertilizing times to keep these plants nice and happy. So Shae is going to show us digging a hole and putting the fertilizer in before we plant the annual. And I do want to say my plants are not in the Proven Winners pots, but they are Proven Winners. That is just because they are new to growing this many Proven Winners, and their machines don't fit the Proven Winners pots yet. They should be. So if you see, I'm not planting in the normal Proven Winners pots that you would see at your garden center, but they are still the plants, I promise. Okay, so Shae dug a hole deep enough. Yeah. Now,
wait, how do I open this?
You twist it off. Twist it off?
Yeah. So then you take the scoopy thing, and you get one scoop of plant food.
One scoop of plant food.
And then you just pour it in, right?
Down in the hole. Yep, just like that.
And then you take this, and then you go...
Do you remember? Good.
Like, you take it out, and then you go like that.
Right.
Kind of. And then you hold it at the root.
Good.
And then you take it out like that.
Yes!
And then you put it in.
You're so good.
Whoops.
No, that's good. Yeah, you're
And
good.
you put it like that.
And then...
You, like, cover it with the
Oh my gosh, it like comes naturally to you, Shae. Well, I'm going to be out of a job soon because Shae is doing great. So we are going to go ahead and get started. We're going to plant, let's see, how many of these? 42.
Yeah.
We have 42, 21 of each variety, and then we're waiting for the Diamond Frost Euphorbia to come. So I'll just throw those in as soon as they get delivered, but we have 42 plants to plant right now. All right, so we are all done. That was probably the quickest I've ever planted up the Zig Zag planter because 1, I have filming assistance from Sadie, and 2, I have planting assistance from Shae and watering assistance. That was fantastic. So we got all the plants planted. I did 21 of the saffron finch, and I think we ended up planting 20 of the sparkling amethyst superbena. So that's a lot. I am definitely packing this in, but I want a nice, big, beautiful show. And then I'll come in with the Diamond Frost Euphorbia once they come in May. And I am really excited. I think it's going to be pretty. I think the heliotrope is going to match really well. And then the totem pole grasses are going to match really well too. So it's not pink. I've had pink for the last 2 years. This is purple and yellow, but I'm really, really excited about it. So anyway, thank you, girls.
Yeah.
You guys, I wish you could help me with every video. But again, they're on spring break, so I only have them for this week. And I probably only have them for this day because they're probably going to be too hot the subsequent days. Anyway, I hope you all enjoyed this, and I hope you all have a chance to get in your garden today.